Hello students. In our today's lecture, we are going to discuss about the fixtures and the fastenings which are used for the doors and the windows. Along with that, we are going to see the vertical communication, that is stairs, elevators, escalators and the ramp. So starting with the fixtures and the fastenings. The fixtures and the fastenings for the doors and windows can be of iron, brass, or aluminium. A fixture is something that is permanently attached to the real property, that is a house. So the fixtures and fastening, these are the tools or the equipments which we are going to use to fix the doors and windows into the house. So these fixtures and the fastening, these are made up of iron, brass or aluminium. So now we will see one by one. The fittings and the fastenings can be broadly grouped as under hinges, bolts, handles and the locks. So all the fixtures and the fastenings, whatever we are going to use to fix the door and windows in the house, these are categorized into following four groups: the hinges, bolts, handles and the lock. First we will see the hinges. So the hinges, a movable joint or the mechanism on which a door, gate or lid swing as it opens and closes, or which connects linked objects. A jointed or a flexible device on which a door, lid or other swinging parts turns. A flexible ligamentous joint, a small piece of thin gummed paper used for fastenings, a postage stamp in an album. So these are the hinges. So the hinges, it is nothing but it is a movable joint which is provided to fix the door, gate or any other type of the door or window to the door shutter or the frame. So this is the movable joint which is provided. It is a flexible device on which a door, lid or the other swinging parts turns. So these hinges, these helps the door to open or close depending on the situation. So the types of hinges which are used into the construction, these are the butt hinge, back flap hinge, counter flap hinge, strap hinge, preliminary hinge, then garnet hinge, spring hinge and rising butt hinge. So these are the some types of the hinges which are available into the market. So according to the situation of opening the doors, these types of hinges are used into the construction. So this is the image of butt hinge. This type of hinge is most commonly used for fixing door or window shutter to the frame. So these are the butt hinges. Then the back flap hinge. So this type of hinge are commonly used with thin shutters where the butt hinges cannot be used. So back flap hinges, these are fully openable up to 180 degrees. So where the butt hinges are not applicable at that places, the back flip hinge, these are used. The counter flip hinge, so these are the hinges or this type of hinges has three parts and two center. Provision of this type of hinge enables the shutters to be folded back to back. So whenever these types of hinges are moving into 360 degrees, so whenever we are going to open the shutters or to be folded back to back, at that places these types of hinges are used. Then the strap hinges. This type of hinges come normally used with latched braced doors, garage doors, boundary wall gates, etc. These hinges have a long arms which are fixed to the shutter and to rebate into the frame. So such types of strap hinges, these are generally used into the braced doors. Then uh, the garnet hinges. So this type of hinge is also known as a T-hinge, and it is used for battened or latched and braced doors. Then the spring hinges. The spring hinges are manufactured in two designs: single acting type of spring hinge and the double acting type of the spring hinge. So whenever we are going to provide the uh, automatically opening doors and closing doors, at that time we are going to provide the spring hinges. So at that time we don't have to push or pull the door by hands. So whenever we are going into the structure, we have to push the door, and whenever we are coming out of the door, again we have to push it. So at the two designs, single acting and double acting, म्हणजे एकामध्ये तुम्ही आतमध्ये जाताना पुश करून जाऊ शकता, ते ऑटोमॅटिकली क्लोज होतं तुम्ही आत गेल्यानंतर. अशा टाईपचे जे डोअर्स असतात ह्याच्यामध्ये आपण स्प्रिंग हिंजेस प्रोव्हाइड करतो. देन रायझिंग बट हिंजेस. This type of hinge is also known as a skew butt hinge or a lifting butt hinge. By a virtue of their design, these hinges can raise the door shutter by about 10 mm on openings, and the door gets closed automatically in case the shutter is not held back by any stopper. So these types of the hinges are provided where we have to raise the height of door by some amount. So at that places the rising butt hinges are provided. Then the double acting hinges are also there available into the market. Then the bolts, the next fixture. The different types of bolts commonly used for the doors and windows are described here. A metal rod, a pin for fastening the objects together that usually has a head at one end and a screw head at the other end is secured by a nut. So the hinges, these are the bolts, these are provided into the structure for fixing the bolts into the doors and windows. So tower bolts. So whenever we are fixing the door or the window into the structure, we have to provide a lock to the door or window. So these types of tower bolts are used into the structure. Then again the barrel bolt. So these are the different designs of the bolts. Then eye and hook. So this is also provided into the structure for the windows and for the doors for properly fixing it, and it is needed in the case of openable doors for fixing the door which is not closed by wind or any other thing. So for stopping the movement of the door, we are using the eye and hook. Then the different types of handles are also used into the structure. The handles are manufactured in a variety of designs. Some of the commonly used types of handles are shown in the presentation. The H handles, these are a contemporary designs which a single hollow circular section joined in an H profile. Both ends are screwed with one Swarovski crystal each. This is the second, that is the round handles. We all know these types of handles. The best thing about this type of door hardware is that children and the pets have a hard time opening the door. This can also be a disadvantage for some, as arthritic sufferers find them less than the ideal. The next type of the handle, that is the decorative handle. The decorative door levers are a lot easier to use than the regular door knobs. They add a touch of elegance to any home, and they are reversible and right and the left side doors. So such types of decorative handles are also used into the structure. These are the boat handles which are generally used for the doors and windows. Then the last picture and the fastening which is used into the structure, that is the various types of locks are fitted on the door and windows are shown in the figure. So this is the mortise lock. So these are the different types of locks which are and the different types of fixtures and fastenings which are used into the doors and windows. Now the next point from the chapter, that is the lintel. So the lintel, it is a horizontal structural member which is fixed over the openings, the door and windows, recesses, etc. This type to support the structure over the openings. The lintels are usually rectangular in a shape and they afford a facilities for fixing the door and window frames whenever or wherever they are used. The lintels may be made of several materials such as wood, stone, brick, reinforced brickwork, reinforced concrete, or the rolled steel sections embedded in the cement concrete. So the lintel, this is the horizontal structural member which is provided at the top of any opening such as door and window. These lintels are provided into the structure for carrying the load of the structure over the opening and to distribute this load into the side walls. The lintels are generally made in the wood, stone, brick, or reinforced brickwork. So it is observed in the connection with the materials that the wooden lintels are liable to decay. The stone lintels are costly and it is also difficult to obtain the stone slabs of the required length without the flaws. The steel sections are wasteful and become loose when exposed to the sun due to their high rate expression. So because of all these things, the reinforced cement concrete lintels, these are the best suited as a use of lintel into the RCC structures. The next part of the structure, that is the window sill. So whatever the part of the window below the opening, that is known as a window sill. So it is a good practice to set the outside face of the windows back from the outside face of the wall in which they are set, so that the reveals of the opening gives some projecting against the driving rain, wind driven rain, which will run down the impermeable surface of the window glass to the bottom of the window, should be run out from window by some form of the seal. The function of an external seal is to conduct the water that runs down from the windows away from the window and to cover the wall below the window and exclude the rain from the wall. So the window seals, these are the important things which we have to provide at each and every window opening. So the bottom part of the window opening, it is known as a seal. On this seal we are going to fix the tiles so that whatever the rainwater coming from the window glass, that is drained off externally. So the entry of that water into the wall, that is not permissible. So because of that we are going to provide the window seals into the structure. Next, that is the chajjas. So the chajjas are provided on the external wall openings to get the protection from the rain, snow and the heat. They are weather shades. Their thickness tapers from 100 to 75 mm and projection is 30, 45, 60, 75 or 90 cm. So chajjas, these are the projecting parts above the window or door आउटसाइड ऑफ द वॉल, वॉलच्या बाहेर विंडो आणि डोअरच्या वरती जो रेक्टँग्युलर प्रोजेक्टिंग पार्ट असतो, दॅट इज नोन ॲज अ छज्जाज. सो these छज्जाज, these are act as a weather shades which do not allow the entry of the rain, snow and heat into the structure. Now we will start the second part of this chapter, that is the vertical communication. So in this vertical communication, what we are going to see, that is the stairs, the different parts or the terminologies used into the stairs, and then the elevators and escalators. So the vertical communication, it is to provide an accessible path leading from one level to another by targeting to meet the needs of the target groups. सो व्हर्टिकल कम्युनिकेशन म्हणजे काय, तर एका फ्लोअर पासून दुसऱ्या फ्लोअर पर्यंत जे व्हर्टिकल डिस्टन्स आहे ते डिस्टन्स ट्रॅव्हल करण्यासाठी आपण ज्या पद्धतीचा व्हर्टिकल पाथ यूज करतो, दॅट इज नोन ॲज अ व्हर्टिकल कम्युनिकेशन. याच्यासाठी आपण काय काय वापरतो, स्टेअरकेस, एलिव्हेटर्स, एस्कॅलेटर्स, रॅम्प किंवा लिफ्ट्स. सो हे जे काय आहे ते हे सगळे आपण व्हर्टिकल कम्युनिकेशनसाठी यूज करतो. So we will see one by one. First, that is the stairs. So the stair and its components. A stair is a series of steps, each elevated a major distance leading from one level of the structure to another. So stair म्हणजे काय, तर एका लेवल पासून दुसऱ्या लेवल पर्यंत पोहोचण्यासाठी आपण जे काही स्टेप्स वापरतो, that is known as the stairs. So in this figure you can see the various parts of the staircase. First of all the headroom. Headroom म्हणजे काय, तर ज्या फ्लोअर पासून आपण चढायला चालू करतोय त्या फ्लोअर पासून त्याचे जे वरचा टॉप सरफेस आहे त्यापर्यंत जे काही व्हर्टिकल डिस्टन्स आहे दॅट इज नोन ॲज हेडरूम. त्याच्यानंतर ट्रेड. ट्रेड म्हणजे तर काय, एका स्टेपचं जे होरिझॉन्टल डिस्टन्स आहे त्याला आपण ट्रेड म्हणतो. एका स्टेपचं जे व्हर्टिकल डिस्टन्स आहे त्याला आपण राईज म्हणतो. देन युनिट राईज अँड युनिट रन. युनिट राईज आणि युनिट रन म्हणजे काय, तर आपल्या ट्रेडची जी लेंथ आहे दॅट इज युनिट राईज, सॉरी युनिट रन, आणि ट्रेडची जी हाईट आहे दॅट इज नोन ॲज अ युनिट राईज. देन नेक्स्ट दॅट इज द टोटल राईज. टोटल राईज म्हणजे काय, तर दोन फ्लोअर्समध्ये जे काही टोटल आपलं व्हर्टिकल डिस्टन्स असतं, जे आपल्याला व्हर्टिकली ट्रॅव्हल करायचं असतं, दॅट इज नोन ॲज अ टोटल राईज. देन स्ट्रेंजर. सो स्ट्रेंजर दॅट इज or carriage, it is the inclined portion, inclined bottom portion of the staircase, that is known as the strangers or the carriages. Then stairwell म्हणजे काय, तर जे काही आपण टोटल होरिझॉन्टल डिस्टन्स ट्रॅव्हल करणार आहे एक स्टेअरकेस चढत असताना, म्हणजे इथून ते इथपर्यंत, याला म्हणायचं स्टेअरवेल. आणि टोटल रन म्हणजे सुद्धा अगदी पहिल्या स्टेप पासून शेवटच्या स्टेप पर्यंत आपण जे होरिझॉन्टल डिस्टन्स ट्रॅव्हल करणार आहे त्याला म्हणायचं टोटल रन. देन प्लॅटफॉर्म्स आणि वाइंडिंग स्टेअर्स. प्लॅटफॉर्म्स म्हणजे काय, तर हे जे आपले लँडिंग असतात, स्टेअरकेस चढून जात असताना जे लँडिंग प्रोव्हाइड करतात त्याला प्लॅटफॉर्म म्हणायचं. देन द रन ऑफ द स्टेअर्स और द फ्लाईट. फ्लाईट म्हणजे काय, तर एक इन्क्लाइंड जो आपला पोर्शन आहे, दिस इज वन फ्लाईट, दिस इज सेकंड, देन थर्ड, म्हणजे एक इन्क्लाइंड पोर्शन जो आहे त्याला आपण फ्लाईट असं म्हणतो. ओके. देन द डिफरंट parts of the handrails which are provided to the staircase. handrail म्हणजे काय, तर हे जे काय आपण इथं याला रेलिंग प्रोव्हाइड करणार आहे याचा हा जो वरचा पार्ट आहे याला म्हणायचं हँडरेल. त्याच्यानंतर हे जे व्हर्टिकल मेंबर आपण रेलिंग मध्ये यूज करतो दॅट इज नोन एज बॉल्युस्टर्स. सगळ्यात कडेचे जे पोस्ट आहे त्याला नॉवेल पोस्ट म्हणायचं. आणि ॲज युजल आपलं ट्रेड रायझर. ओके. त्याच्यानंतर इथं असतो तो शो रेल. सो these are the different parts of the handrails or the railing which is provided for the staircase. So these are the different terminologies which are used into the staircase. So whatever I have shown into the figure, that is just only put it into the words in this slide. Now the next, that is the types of the stairs. There are different types of the stairs which are used into the structure as per the design considerations. So first type of the stair, that is the straight stairs. In this straight stairs, all steps lead in one direction only. So single stage is there. In this figure you can see a single stage is there. All the steps are leading in only one direction, that is known as a single stair or straight stair. This may be continuous with two flights with an intermediate landing. So ज्यावेळी आपण स्ट्रेट स्टेअर प्रोव्हाइड करतो त्यावेळी याच्यामध्ये दोन फ्लाइट्स असू शकतात, पण त्या दोन्ही फ्लाइट्स एकाच डायरेक्शन मध्ये जात असतात. म्हणजे काय होतं, तर इथं चढत असताना आपण एक 10-12 स्टेप्स चढून गेल्या की एक साधं लँडिंग प्रोव्हाइड केलं जातं आणि परत पुढच्या 10-12 स्टेप्स त्याच डायरेक्शन मध्ये घेतल्या जातात. So it is known as a continuous with the flights in intermediate landing. This is adopted when the staircase is narrow and long. ज्यावेळी staircase साठी जी जागा आहे ती नॅरो असते आणि लॉंग असते त्यावेळी आपण straight stairs यूज करतो. So it is provided mostly into the porch, entrance, etc. Second, that is the dog-legged stairs. So these types of stairs are usually used in all types of residential buildings. It consists of two straight flights running in opposite direction. Dog-legged staircase म्हणजे काय, इथून एकदा चढत जायचं वरती, टर्न होऊन इकडं चढत जायचं. सो अशा टाईपच्या स्टेअरकेस या जनरली सगळ्या रेसिडेन्शियल बिल्डिंग्समध्ये प्रोव्हाइड केल्या जातात. देर इज नो स्पेस बिटवीन द फ्लाइट्स in the plan. Landing is provided at a level which direction of the flight changes. म्हणजे इथं जे आपण प्रोव्हाइड करतो इट इज नोन ॲज अ लँडिंग. ही आपली पहिली फ्लाईट, देन लँडिंग आणि मग दुसरी फ्लाईट. So these types of staircase are known as a dog-legged staircase. Then the next, that is the geometrical stairs. So these stairs may have any geometrical shape and they require no nowel post. These types of stairs is similar to open nowel stairs except the well formed between forward and backward flight is curved. आता ह्याच्यामध्ये कसं असतं, इथून आपण जर एक सिंगल फ्लाईट चढून गेलं की इथला जो लँडिंगचा पोर्शन आहे या लँडिंगच्या पोर्शन मध्ये सुद्धा स्टेप्स प्रोव्हाइड केलेल्या असतात. सो इट इज नोन ॲज अ जिओमेट्रिकल स्टेअर्स आणि परत आपलं दुसरी फ्लाईट चालू होते. नेक्स्ट टाइप ऑफ द staircase, that is the circular staircase. So all the steps are radiate from a nowel post or a well hole. तर सर्क्युलर स्टेअरकेस मध्ये काय असतं, तर एक व्हर्टिकल नॉवेल पोस्ट असतो आणि या व्हर्टिकल नॉवेल पोस्ट पासून सगळ्या ज्या आपल्या स्टेप्स आहेत त्या सगळ्या स्टेप्स ह्या रन होत असतात. सो इट इज अ रॅडियल, हा काय असतो, रॅडियल व्ह्यू असतो, सर्क्युलर व्ह्यू असतो. सो ऑल द स्टेप्स आर द वाइंडर्स. दिस इज प्रोव्हाइडेड where the space is limited and the traffic is casual. So mostly located at near rear of the building. So these types of circular stairs are used into the structure where the space is limited and the traffic is casual. Now the next, that is the types of the stairs. The quarter turn novel. So quarter turn novel means what? So whenever we are going to provide a stair running through the 90-degree with the help of the level landing, at that time we are that type of the stair, it is known as a quarter turn novel stair, used into the shops and the public buildings. So these types of the steps are used into the shops and the public building. Then the next, that is the open naval stairs. Open naval stairs means in the public buildings where the number of steps we have to provided, the number of flights are there. These are known as the open well stairs. A well or the opening is left between forward and backward flight. The opening is generally used for installation of the lift. A short flight may be or may not be provided in these stairs. सो इथं जे काय तुम्हाला इमेजमध्ये दिसतंय इट इज नोन ॲज ओपन नॉवेल स्टेअर्स. याच्यामध्ये इथं जे आहे मध्ये सेंटरला सो दिस पार्ट हा पूर्ण ओपन असतो फ्रॉम बॉटम टू द टॉप. ह्याच्यामध्ये आपण लिफ्टची प्रोव्हिजन करू शकतो आणि बाकीला ह्याचे जे आहेत ते अशा आपण नॉवेल शेप्ड स्टेअरकेस ह्याच्यामध्ये प्रोव्हाइड करतो. Now the next, that is the requirement of good stairs. So the requirement of good stairs, this should provide a easy, quick and safe mode of communication between the floors. Following are the general requirements which a stair should fulfill. So the first, that is the location. So it should be so located as to provide easy access to the occupants in the building. It should be so located that it is well lighted and ventilated directly from the exterior. It should be so located as to have approaches convenient and spacious. So the location of the staircase should be such that it should be easily accessible for all the occupants of the building, and it should be lighted and ventilated properly with the help of exterior only. Then the width of the stair should be such that it should wide enough to carry the users without much crowd and convenience. सो द विड्थ ऑफ द स्टेअरकेस कशी पाहिजे, तर त्याच्यामध्ये तुमचा जो काही क्राऊड आहे, म्हणजे रेसिडेन्शियल बिल्डिंग असेल तर क्राऊड कमी असतो, मग विड्थ काय पाहिजे, कमी पाहिजे. पब्लिक बिल्डिंग असेल तर क्राऊड जास्त असतो, मग त्या केसमध्ये आपल्याला काय करावं लागतं, विड्थ जास्त ठेवावी लागते. So depending upon its location in the building and type of the building, the width is decided. Then the length of the flight. So length of the flight म्हणजे काय, एक फ्लाईट चढून जाताना मॅक्सिमम त्याच्यामध्ये 12 स्टेप्स असाव्यात, ओके, आणि 3 पेक्षा कमी नसाव्यात. सो अकॉर्डिंग टू दॅट द लेंथ ऑफ द फ्लाइट it is decided. Then the pitch of the stair. A comfortable slope is achieved when the twice rise plus going is equal to 60 centimeter approximate. Pitch should, however, it is limited to 30 degrees up to 45 degrees. म्हणजे जी फ्लाईट आपण प्रोव्हाइड करणार आहे, जे आपण इन्क्लिनेशन स्टेअरकेसला देणार आहे, ते इन्क्लिनेशन 30 डिग्री पासून 45 डिग्री पर्यंत असावं, जेणेकरून त्याच्यावरती जे चढताना आपल्याला जो त्रास होणार आहे तो कमीत कमी व्हावा यासाठी. Then headroom, so a clear space between tread and the soffit of the flight is immediately above it should not be less than 2.1 to 2.3 meters. Then the balustrades which are provided, these should be open well. Stair should always be provided with the balustrade to provide a safety to the users. Then the step dimensions. The rise and the tread should be such dimensions as to provide comfort to the users. Their proportion should also be such as to provide a pitch of the stairs. The going should not be less than 25 centimeter through 30 centimeter. Going is quite comfortable. The rise should be in between 10 centimeter to 15 centimeter. The width of the landing should not be less than the width of the staircase. So these are the some important points which are considered into the easement of the use of the staircase. Okay, so today we will stop over here. Thank you.